parinaama taapa samskara guna vrttivirodhaascha duhkhameva sarvam vivekinah. For a wise, discriminating person sees all worldly experiences as painful because all these experiences lead to more consequences, anxiety, and deep habits, as well as acting in opposition to the natural qualities.
This is very commonly remembered, used and reminded words. Duhkhameva sarvam vivekinah. Among the knowledgeable people. Means everything is misery. It sounds very depressive. If you just consider even pain or pleasure, everything is misery. Praise or, if people praise you, you have to be more responsible, it's a misery. If they don't praise you, it is misery. So you see the whole life, every action, every activity, friendship or enmity, everything is miserable. This is for whom? One who is very sharp in their intellect, in their discriminative power. So how, say, pleasure turns into pain, pain turns into pleasure. This is something which we have all seen, isn't it? Whatever is pleasurable on a long term becomes painful. And if it is more than the amount that is more than what it should be, it is painful. A responsibility is pleasurable, but that responsibility could be very painful. So, for viveka means one who has the discrimination, one who is the wisdom. The wise person considers everything as misery. But here, when he thinks everything is misery, he doesn't become miserable. When you don't know everything is misery, then you become miserable. So for wise man who consider, see, people who are depressed, inside them there is craving, as I said, there is aversion. And when you have kicked out the craving and aversion, there is no cause or reason to be depressed. And you consider everything is misery in the world, there is neither craving, nor aversion, nor fear, nor me, mine, minus. Nobody claims misery as mine. If they claim, they are stupid. No intelligent person can claim the misery as one's own. Neither the objects of pleasure nor the cause of pain should be identified with oneself. That is viveka. Viveka is neither the cause of pain or the cause of pleasure to be identified as oneself, as one's. So, for a viveki, for one who is wise, everything is miserable. What do you say? Are you all still here? So that's why you do your things but not get them inside of you. Don't get attached to it. Huh? One more.
heyam, duhkham, anaagatam. The misery which is yet to come needs to be avoided.
Heyam, duhkham, anaagatam. The misery, we know misery is going to come. Then how do you avoid it? It must be avoided, and that is where the sadhana path. All this sadhana is to avoid the misery that may befall on you. The purpose of yoga, heyam, duhkham, anaagatam. Just remember this one sutra, that is good enough. Maybe two sutras. Sarvam, sarvameva duhkham vivekinah. Or this one is good. Heyam duhkham anaagatam. The misery which has not yet come should be avoided, it can be avoided, and the method is Yoga Sutra. This is the hidden message or the purpose of the whole Yoga Sutra. This one sutra, heyam duhkham anaagatam. That's it. Yeah?
Couple of questions.
Ha.
Gurudev, can we be in samadhi while being awake even when we are in a vritti?
Yes, that is savitarka, savichara samadhi, savitarka samadhi. That equanimity in your mind is there even when you are acting, doing things. It's possible, but it comes after long practice. Don't fool yourself that, oh, I am in samadhi, I'm doing all the work. No. It takes some time, some maturity for you to feel meditative even doing anything you do. You know, I can yell at somebody and I can be in meditative state. That is possible. But for that to happen, it will take a long time, and we should not fool ourselves, I tell you. Yeah.
Do emotions come under some vritti of mind? What modulation of mind creates happiness or is happiness?
Happiness, misery is a different thing. That they have said, no, all these five vrittis, klishta, it can be pleasant, it can create comfort to you or discomfort to you. It can be, sleep can bring you comfort. It can, if you don't sleep, you will be unhappy. If you sleep, you are happy. Memories can bring you happiness. Memory can bring you misery also. So smriti can also be miserable, klishta, or aklishta, not miserable. Yeah?
parinaama, taapa, samskara duhkhair, guna vrttivirodhaascha, duhkhameva sarvam vivekinah. A wise, discriminating person sees all worldly experiences as painful because all these experiences lead to more consequences, anxiety and deep habits or samskaras, as well as acting in opposition to the natural qualities.
Guna vrttivirodhaascha. The different qualities are in conflict. That is how the nature is. Fire is in conflict with air, air is in conflict with water, water is in conflict with fire. So all the tattvas are in conflict with each other. Yet they cannot be without each other. They cannot be without each other. Without air, fire cannot be there. But too much air, the fire will get extinguished. Right? And same with water. It's the liquid which causes the flame to come up. And it's the liquid which can extinguish the fire. And it's the fire which can evaporate the water. And if there is no fire, even water cannot be there, it will be ice. So there is conflict basically embedded in the gunas, in the nature. Same with sattva, rajas and tamoguna. Tamoguna is opposition with sattva and rajas. Rajas is in opposition with sattva and tamas. Yet, if any one guna is absent, it cannot exist. They cannot exist. So what happens? As a result, there is conflict. And similarly, parinaama.
parinaama, taapa, samskara.
Samskara, 3 types. Parinaama, taapa and samskara.
Parinaama, taapa, samskara duhkhair, guna vrttivirodhaascha, duhkhamevam sarvam vivekinah. A wise and discriminating person sees all worldly experiences as painful because all these experiences lead to more consequences, anxiety, and deep habits.
Now, you have had a position and your position is gone. No position is permanent. Some time or other you have to get out of your position. Now, Mugabe occupied a position. He was 92. And a journalist asked him, when are you going to return? When are you going to give it to somebody else? He said, I am still alive. He slapped him. You have become so old, yet you don't want to let go of your position. You know, people go on rent in some houses, and when they go, when they are asked to evict, when they have to leave the house, they don't leave the house in a nice condition at all. They just ransack the house. They leave it in very bad condition. Why? The pain of leaving the house. I had to leave. Someone is asked to quit their office. That is it. That is a pain in getting out of a position. And then you don't realize it is so subtle and subconscious mind, and you don't behave normal. Even though you think you are normal, others notice that you are not normal. Once I met with the next president of this country, of some country, ex-president of some country. He just retired a couple of days back. And then he really invited me. He had been inviting me to have, to bless his home. I said, okay, I went. And then he asked his waiter at home to bring tea or milk or juice, something for everybody. And obviously there is a little delay for the server to go and make all that arrangement. And this president took it so personally. He said, he told me, Gurudev, look, when I was president, he would bring me immediately. Now see, he's taking time. Even my server, my waiter don't respect me. This is all in our own mind. We think people don't respect us if we don't have a position. Your respect should be in your character, in your ability, in your behavior, not by position. So nobody cares for me now. Which is not true. I just smile and told her, look, it's all in your own mind, I told him.
好，时间到，我们先停在这里。好，就是你有发现前面本来是那个叫什么 “green”，就是前面那个呢，问问题那个不是 Swamiji， 他是，但是他也很厉害，就是他